My friends, the Pentagon has just made a decision that put global powers on high alert. The true king of the skies has awakened. The F-22 Raptor fighter jet has just entered 2.0 mode. While the whole world discusses political and economic crises, leaked photos from tests in the Mojave Desert in the United States revealed that the Americans have activated updates on the F-22 that completely changed the rules of electronic warfare. This is not just a routine upgrade. They took the most lethal air combat machine ever created by man and fixed its only two weaknesses. We always say here on the channel, military technology doesn't advance by chance. It advances when the threat is real and imminent. And what the United States Armed Forces have just done is a direct message to China and Russia. They took a project that had been shelved for over 30 years by bureaucracy, pulled it off the shelf and implemented it. And today we're going to analyze this leaked data. We're going to understand the physics behind this update. And you'll understand why this fighter jet has now become an invisible and lethal nightmare for any enemy. And to understand the gravity of what's happening now, we need to go back a bit in history. And here we get into power dynamics. When the F-22 Raptor was designed back then, it was a perfect design. The engineers knew exactly what they were doing. It was created to dominate the skies and not give any chance to any adversary. But then the Cold War ended, the Soviet Union collapsed, and what happened to the American establishment? Arrogance took over. The suit-and-tie bureaucrats sitting in their comfortable offices at the Pentagon looked at the world and thought, "We no longer have any enemies who can match us. Why spend so much money on such an advanced fighter jet? Let's cut costs." They took the most advanced fighter jet on the planet and stripped it of fundamental technologies. They applied that old policy of being penny wise and pound foolish. They saved in the short term, driven by an illusory worldview that American peace was guaranteed forever. The F-22 was born deadly. Yes, but it was born with deficiencies induced by the government itself. But history, my friends, does not forgive weakness, and it does not forgive naivety. 3 decades have passed. The world has changed. The axis of global power is trying to reorganize itself. Electronic warfare has become the new rule, and now the American authorities have realized the colossal mistake they made. They had to race against time to give back to the F-22 what was stolen from it by bureaucracy. And the first big change to fix this mistake is under the wings. Look at what they did. The big Achilles heel of the United States in a possible conflict in the Pacific against China is the distance. The ocean is vast. Fighter jets need a lot of fuel to operate. And until recently, the rules of radar physics was very clear. Stealth fighters need to hide their fuel inside their own bodies so they don't appear on enemy screens. If you hang a normal cylindrical external tank under the wing, enemy radar waves hit that tank and bounce back, giving away your position. The rule has always been, if you need to fly far, take the external tank. But as soon as you get close to the combat zone, eject the tank. Throw it away. But recent photos in the Mojave Desert have revealed the genius of American engineering. The F-22 now carries new external tanks, each with a capacity of over 2,270 liters of fuel. But they have a completely non-traditional design. They're not round. They're angular, faceted, almost as if they were hand-sculpted. Their shape ensures that the radar signal is scattered away from the enemy antenna. In addition, aviation experts confirm that the material covering these tanks absorbs radar signals at short distances, without increasing the aircraft's signature at all. What does this mean in practice? It means that the F-22 no longer needs to drop the tanks. It can carry thousands of extra liters, invade enemy airspace by flying hundreds of kilometers farther, fight in extremely high-risk operations, and use that same fuel to return home. They've just extended the reach of the American Armed Forces without relying on those giant tanker planes that would be easy and slow targets. But there's a detail. The ability to fly farther is absolutely useless if you get detected and shot down first. And this is where things get scary for the adversaries. This is where the game truly changes. In addition to the 2,270-liter tanks, the images revealed new mission pods mounted under the wings. One of them has a transparent window at the front. This, my friends, is the IRST system, Infrared Search and Track. That same technology that the bureaucrats cut 30 years ago. In modern electronic warfare, turning on your radar is signing your own death sentence. If you emit a radar wave to look for the enemy, you reveal exactly where you are. It's like turning on a very bright flashlight in the middle of a completely dark room full of shooters. You might even find the enemy, but everyone in the room finds out your position. With the integrated IRST system, the F-22 doesn't need to emit any signal. Zero. It acts as a passive sensor. It detects and tracks the target by reading the heat signature. It reads the heat generated by enemy engines. And even more impressive, it reads the heat generated by the air friction on the fuselage of the enemy fighter flying at high speed. The F-22 becomes a completely silent killer. It sees the target from dozens of kilometers away, locks on, and fires the missile. And the enemy pilot doesn't get any warning on the panel. His radar doesn't beep. The first and only clue that the Raptor was there will be the impact. And we can't look at this as just aviation news. We have to read the signs. This modernization isn't happening for nothing. Recently, in this context, we saw F-22 fighters being deployed to the Lask Air Base in Poland to reinforce NATO's air defense along with European fighters. It was also reported that 4 of these super machines are operating directly under Iranian airspace at this very moment. The message from the United States is very clear. While the world focuses on the astronomical costs of the F-35 and the delays of 6th-generation fighters, the Air Force took its most reliable platform, the deadliest one, and fixed its only weaknesses. More range, more patrol time, and the ability to shoot down enemies in electronic darkness. Bureaucracy delayed this for 3 decades, but the war machine has awakened. This isn't just a hardware upgrade. This is psychological deterrence. It's dominance through the fear of the invisible. The F-22 Raptor 2.0 is a clear message. From whom? Whoever still sets the rules in the skies. The situation is entering a new phase. The window of opportunity that some countries thought they had to challenge the West militarily just got much smaller. And you? What do you think about this development? Is there currently any Russian technology like the Su-57 or Chinese like the J-20 capable of going head-to-head with this new invisible and silent F-22? Leave your thoughts here in the comments. I really want to know your opinion. We will keep watching these signs together. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and leave a like on the video. Until next time, the F-22. 2.0 has arrived and China's nightmare has begun. And here's the card for the ugliest plane in the world. But it has the ability to melt Chinese missiles in the air. The message is clear. And the great confrontation is approaching, my friends. I'm Shimon Oliveira, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.